What do you think about Fat Ricky's food?
I think it's great.
Fat Ricky's food is delicious.
Hey, it's the Rooster by the SouthwestSportsNet.com. In a renewed battle for Valley View Friday night in Romeoville, the Spartans came out and stuffed Bolingbrook on a 4th and 2 from inside the Raiders' own 40-yard line, but failed to capitalize on that good field position early. Moments later, Raiders senior tailback Omar Stover took a handoff from the wing spot 91 yards for a 6-0 lead. Romeoville got on the board after forcing a turnover at the Raider 25-yard line and used a double pass to set up a 20-yard field goal from junior Steven Terzinski, trailing only 6-3 late in the first, but the Raiders would flex their muscle. In the second quarter, the Raiders scored 4 times as they began to pull away from Romeoville for good. Bolingbrook senior All-State quarterback Aaron Bailey showed off his speed to the Spartan defense when he outraced the orange jerseys for a 63-yard score, finishing the night with 129 yards on the ground and a couple of touchdowns, but he wasn't alone. Stover led the game with 141 yards and 2 scores as the Raiders finished off Romeoville 46-10. Aaron Bailey and Aaron, Romeoville came out tonight. I mean, this is a rivalry game, and they gave you guys a little bit of a fight. In the last two games, Plainfield South, Romeoville, both came out fired up in that first quarter. I think they see, hey, this is state champ, this is Aaron Bailey. There's that initial, and you guys got to fight through that a little bit. And you guys are able to do that the last 2 games. You kind of picked it up as the game went on.
Oh, yeah. Well, first off, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It was a great game. I mean, they came out hard, and we knew they was going to come out hard than every other team. And we just stayed focused. We just stayed focused and didn't worry about anything. That's what champion teams do. We don't worry about things like that. We get down on ourselves, and that's how you fall down.
Talked to Coach a little bit earlier, and he talked about, hey, the guys that were here last year understand what a grind this is. The younger guys are still trying to, get that. How difficult is that for you to say, hey, listen, guys, don't get too cocky here because we've got some really good football teams in our conference. Lincoln East is no pushover, HF no pushover. Nobody's really a pushover, but how hard is it for you as the senior leader to try to keep this team focused on the end goal?
Well, honestly, it's not that hard. Everybody's pretty humble. We talked about this basically in the offseason and then a little bit before the season started. Just stay humble and don't worry about anything. Take it one practice at a time, one game at a time. And it seems like everybody took that concept.
You said to me right before the season started, hey, I'm not worried about playing. I'm not worried about injury. I'm not worried about any of that stuff. And Ty Isaac, your counterpart, another real great running back for JCA. 2 of you guys, big recruits, big time players here, and he went down last week with an injury, but you're saying, hey, I don't worry about that. I just play my game.
Oh, yeah. I felt last game, I felt like I really left something on the field. I felt like I couldn't really explode like I wanted to, and I was very anxious all practice, and even last night, I couldn't really sleep at all. I was anxious all day to just get out there because I feel like I really left something out on the field, and I was too timid, and then today I just didn't care. I just let it all out. And I'm going to let it all out from here on out.
It had to feel good just running down that sideline again.
Oh, yeah, it felt great. It was a great our guy. He crashed and made a great block. And Omar stayed with me, which I was glad. And I heard him out there calling ball. And I just saw one man beat, and I just took it.
So tell me, you guys came out, said to every one of your teammates, you guys came out on defense, fired up, stopped them. They go for it on 4th down, like inside their own 40-yard line. They're going for it on 4th down to open the game. It's almost like a lack of respect, for Romeoville's defense. You guys kind of stuck it to them. I mean, you stuffed them there, and then really it was a closer game than what people had thought it was going to be. 6-3 late in the in the first quarter. I mean, defensively, you guys did great, except for the one big play.
Right. Well, we came out with a purpose, so we had a plan to win, and we just wanted to come out here and win. We all were hungry. It was a Valley View showdown, so we wanted to have at least some fun if we were going to win. I mean, we wanted to go out here and just do what we could do.
Aaron Bailey, is he as good as they say he is? From your perspective, I mean, tough to bring down.
He's not that good. He's a very good football player. He's not the best, but he is a very good football player. He's damn good.
Yeah. What do you hope for? next week, for the team? What did Coach say about, coming out for next week?
They plan on we plan on playing a good game against Plainfield Central. Obviously, we're going to have to play against Devon again now that he's coming back against us now. But, I mean, we're looking forward. We need to pick up a win, get that so we can start getting towards our playoff race.
With the Omar Stover, champion, and we can call you champion. Yeah, you're still a champion, right?
Yeah.
But, tonight, you kind of proved that a little bit. Ran hard, got in the end zone a few times, last week you guys had a lot of mistakes. This week it looked like you cleaned up a lot of those mistakes. I mean, they came out tough, and defensively stuff, but as the game went on, you guys have so many weapons.
Yeah, I mean, defensively they're not a bad team. It's just this week we practiced so hard about the mental mistakes we made last week, and we made so many little mental errors, like jumping off sides, making the bad reads on the blocks, and this week we just want to perfect that, and that's what we did today. And then the scoreboard showed it, and then it's all thanks to the O-line. O-line picked it up real good today.
Decker, Mike Shapiro, and Mike, man, talk a little bit about what when you guys came out in the field in that first quarter. You guys were pumped up. Where did that energy? Where did the energy dip off? I mean, because it looked like you guys were defensively. You guys were phenomenal that early going.
Well, in the first quarter, we actually held them down 6-3. It was the first quarter that was the score, and we were thinking, you know what, we got nothing to lose here. They might have won state last year, but we're talking about this year, and we have a lot to prove. We're coming from like a couple playoff points off from last year to make it to the playoffs, so we definitely have a chip on our shoulder. We're looking forward to making the playoffs this year for sure.
All right, this is Kelvin with Sportsnet here with Jake Van Buren, starting quarterback for the Romeoville Spartans. What happened today out there earlier today? They pull you out from your concussion from last week?
Yeah, I feel like I wasn't fully recovered. I took a hit on the goal line when we kicked the field goal. So I felt like that caused it up again.
How do you think your team looked with Kelvin back there backing you up?
I feel like the kid fought. He's still unexperienced, but he gave it his all, and he did good. I felt like he did real good, and I feel like he'll do good next week. He works hard.
Okay, as far as you being a leader on the team, are you mentoring your team as far as, even though there's hard, difficult loss, what are you giving your team as far as confidence-wise for going into the next week's game?
I feel like I'm definitely getting behind the O-line, make sure they're getting Calvin confidence, because he was a little nervous out there. I would be too as a sophomore playing up on varsity. He does a good job, though. The receivers gave him confidence. He threw some good balls, and I did what I could, just mentoring him.
This is a tough game for you guys. I mean, going into this defending state champs, but you guys came out and especially in that first quarter, fired up, man. I mean, you guys are laying the lumber, and you stuffed them on that fourth down play. I mean, 6-3. At some point, you guys had to feel like, hey, we got a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what happened in between first quarter and the second quarter. I mean, I don't know if we just got over our heads, because they didn't get any better from the first quarter to the second quarter. They were the same exact team and everything. I just think people thought that they just took it too easy, maybe that happened, I don't know. But it changed a lot in the second quarter, but we kept on fighting at the end and everything. We got to score and everything. So
sophomore starting varsity, it bothered. I mean, you scared it all when you're out there. I mean, is the speed of the game any different?
No, I think about this is where I'm supposed to be. I got to help my team out the best way I can, so I just come out and play.
Yeah. How about Aaron Bailey? I mean, were you thinking in your head, man, I'm going against an all-state, all this, or are you just thinking, hey, he's just got a football helmet on, he's a quarterback, and that's the guy I'm looking out for?
Just thinking he's a quarterback. He's good, but you got to take him down.
What did you learn out of tonight's game? What did you take away from the game personally as a player?
I don't know. Got to learn to take better angles.
Kelvin with Sportsnet with Romeoville's coach Jeff Puna. How did you think your team did today against a state championship team from last year?
Well, I mean, obviously we're playing a top-notch football team, and we knew that going into the game. Like every coach, I mean, you see things on film, and you feel that if your team plays to their highest level and they meet the expectations, we knew we could play with them if we did everything right. And, there were certain things that are always in your game plan that you got to try to avoid. And, obviously from a defensive standpoint, we need to eliminate the big play. And they hurt us on a couple of them there in the second quarter. I thought we came out in the first quarter and we did what we wanted to do. Defensively, I thought we played sound. You know, we got caught for a big play. You know, I thought we did a good job in the special teams early in the game. We did a great job punting, pinning them deep. You know, we were doing the little things that we talked about doing to keep us in the football game and give us an opportunity. We got a turnover early in the game on a fumble. We converted and got 3 points out of it. So, you know, those things, I thought we did an excellent job. The second quarter, they got some big plays on us. We kind of lost our composure a little bit. We settled back in. I thought in the second half, you know, we came out and we kept our heads high and we played with a sense of pride. And as we talked about was, you know, even if it's not about winning this football game in the second half because the hole we put ourselves in, we talked about we use this second half to get us ready for Plainfield Central, to get us ready for our conference play. Now, yeah, we're 0-2 right now. Do we want to be here? Of course not. But with that being said, I think we all realize in our conference and to get in the postseason, we need to win 5 out of 7 conference games. And, you know, with 5 and playing Bolingbrook and Hinsdale South, we're going to get the playoff points that are required. And, you know, our focus right now is just about Plainfield Central. You know, we're going to look at this film in the morning and learn from it, but it's all about preparing for Plainfield Central and trying to make a strong run in our conference.
Coach, how is Jacob doing?
It looks like he might have suffered a concussion. We were a little uncertain after last week. He had a little bit of a headache. He felt better the next day. He had a good week of practice. He got dinged up again here in the first half, and, you know, I really don't know the status until we get a medical report back on him.
Renewed rivalry. Obviously, Romeoville didn't live up to that challenge tonight, but still a lot of excitement. It seemed like both fans had a lot of fun. Both sides had a lot of fun tonight.
I think it was great. Both communities, everybody came out pretty healthy. What more can you ask for? I think it was great. It was great to be back here in this beautiful facility.
How important was it, too? You know, you were able to get Aaron out early, some of your starters out early, and get some of your backups some valuable tick.
It's very, very important, especially because, you know, we're coming into our conference season here, and let's face it, we've had 2 teams cancel JV games already this year, so they haven't gotten a lot of work, so it's very important to get our kids in.
You know, early in that first quarter, Romeoville stopped you on 4th down. You know, and it looked like they had a little bit of momentum. Were you a little surprised at the score? You know, about 2 minutes ago. I mean, it was a 6-3 game. Did you think that?
No.
Because there's a couple games in a row where you guys have kind of come out slow, a little bit slow.
No, everybody comes out pumped because they're playing us, and again, I think we even come out a little bit on our high horse. So this is a good lesson for us because as you get further into the season, those more experienced teams, they're going to come out, smack you in the mouth, and next thing you know, you'll be down 14-0. But great game for our kids. We've got a lot of kids in for both sides, I know, and they're struggling with the numbers right now. I saw a lot of kids going both ways for them, and that's hard to do, especially on a night like this.
You know, again, a lot of success from some of your backups too tonight. It looked like they knew what they were doing, they knew where they were going. And your backup quarterback there, boy, he's got some wheels.
Quincy's a good kid. He's a great kid. He's going to be a great one for us, and he's I guess you'd say the heir apparent to Aaron.
It's got to be depressing for people in your conference when they realize that you've got a pretty good quarterback backing up a really good quarterback.
And I think 2 of those backs are back next year too. So no, it's a good thing too. Yeah, it is. But we always seem to put a guy there. That's our number 1 rule: is we put our best athlete at quarterback. So
Howard is really stepping up for you too this year. I mean, you know, had some
Johnny, yeah,
he had some opportunities last year, but had a nice run, 24-yard run last week. Had a couple of nice plays here again tonight.
He sure did, and that's good because we need him. And Arian Richardson played a little bit today, and we get Jaden Huff back next week. So
yeah,
we'll have a full stable. So it'll be a nice rotation. We get in there and get everybody the ball a little bit.
It's been a production of SouthwestSportsNest.com, home of the playmakers and game changers. Remember, do your best. Get on the nest.